Bob and Lors did not come out to Palm Springs this last year because of the allergy of their colors to the Hawaiian bird of paradise flowers. Aren't they lovely? You start out in Las Vegas, which is the fastest growing city in the United States, which is unique because we are one which is lower than what we've been experiencing abnormally for a long period of time now. And yesterday, I believe the high actually... Notice the poodle cut. Now, John is... Well, you know, it's during the summer months when Arizona adjacent to California, and the Sonoran Desert is higher than the Colorado Desert, and then also for roofing, and then they would overlay the palm fronds. Was used back in would it have been the Norman times in England?
Oh, they came back.
Look, there's another over there.
Path, the Bellagio family lived in the far state of Colorado, and the family moved here, and in California we cannot have wild animals in our domicile, so they had to find a home for them.
Jack, you have to be quiet, we don't get to say. You don't have to be up. Look, he's right there.
Oh, it's an owner back there, in the back. Here, female. That's the female, that's the owner. Now those bobcats are fully grown, and they are here for breeding purposes.
Guys, I'll go over there and pocket.
But they're breathe through our ears as well as through our nose and through our mouth.
A few over here. Oh. Mm.
This plant is known as desert agave. It's sort of like a pulses. Has been cut back so that it will be cooler during the hot summer months. Holy coyote.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they really won't bother you. I've encountered them up in the mountains. Driving. Again, later today for those of you that will be taking the covered wagon tour. Some different living making it an A gentleman by the name of Paul Casey owns the house, and he is an Elvis Presley lookalike entertainer, and he's performing at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas at this time. But this is his permanent home. And if you'll notice, if you look through the entryway, there is a miniature. Incidentally, hanging down from this tree over here on our right are dates from the California coach in this next block. There will be 4 houses. Notice how large it is. They also have their own private tennis court in the backyard. And then the second of the mini estates was designed by John Piper, who was a house at one time belonged to Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman on television. That particular house, incidentally, at one time belonged to another American actress by the name of Anne Sutherland. I was going to be making a left turn at this first street, and then going over 1 block and making another left turn. He's going to be taking and Priscilla living here. Is that one night they were coming home after having had dinner at one of our finer restaurants, and he was driving the family car, which he very rarely did, and he had the driver's window lowered, and as they were going up the driveway to the garage, some man jumped out from behind that green shrubbery and attempted to rip the shirt off of his body as a souvenir item. And it so angered Elvis and so frightened him that he ended up buying his house up in the Panorama Estates neighborhood, and he bought all the property surrounding that house to preclude any incursion upon his privacy. And whenever Jack Kennedy came to Palm Springs, he came without Jackie. He never brought her with him. And flowers, and where you see all of that wood above the wall, it looked like a garage. Can you believe that they were able to build that house? But look at how lovely this house here is. And again, it has those clear story windows, which make it very, very makes it very attractive. That lunchbox, incidentally, sold for a little over $1 million. Look at the bougainvillea. Incidentally, if you can't see over the bougainvillea, don't hesitate to buy the oil of California. And during his lifetime, he married 7 times. His 4th wife happens to have been Ann Miller, a dancer, actress. And the residential height ordinance stated that your roof light could not overshadow your neighbor's swimming pool. So unless you had a large estate, such as the Cameron estate on our right, all of the homes over here on our left are a single story in elevation. And then area, and at the deep end of the swimming pool, you'll notice that there's a statue. But I am assured that they have an alternate method of replenishing the water once it evaporates in the pool. Tiled roof and the green grating around it, coming into view now on our right, is one of the only air-conditioned dog houses in.
Where?
Do you see a signature? She didn't. When he would visit Palm Springs. And the woman tired of the hotel business, so she asked Liberace if he would be interested in buying it because he had been such a frequent guest, and lived here until he passed away in that living room behind those embedded frameworks over the living room window in 1986 of AIDS. Also, just a minute, Joan. Also, if you'll notice, to Liberace for the Liberace house. And on the right, the tile say Casa is here in downtown Palm Springs as far as the shopping street is concerned, compared to when we went down El Paseo Drive in Palm Desert. Now, all of the restaurants here in Palm Springs do post their bill of fare and their menu price list outside the menu, so that you can peruse whether indeed you want to have that cuisine or pay those prices prior to going in and sitting down and being faced with that option at the table at that time. The only one-way street situation that we have in the entire, and there is a statue supposedly of Sonny Bono sitting on the left of the Fountain Steakhouse, which I think is overpriced and overrated. On the left side of the motor coach, or the driver's side, we have the Atlas restaurant, which has good food and relatively moderate prices. Then where we see this roof on fire fencing is the Village Pub, which is very, very popular. It has good food and, again, ample portions. And a very good happy hour, as well as good music, albeit loud.
a Chucky girl. She's not very pines, and it's hitting that fault gouge and that clay, and it's trapping water there too that way. Now, have you ever heard of the San Andreas earthquake fault? It's the major earthquake fault that runs from Mexico all the way to the length of California and out.
I don't want to put no pressure on you, but you're last. I want you to be good now. Are you ready? Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a chicken, E-I-E-I-O. Well, I sure hope you've been enjoying.
Another mistake.
In the evening. And the reason for that, they don't want to interrupt the performance, and the reason why the bowl has so much juice, the Hollywood Bowl is run by the city of Los Angeles, as is, what you did is Oracle Director Chair, which charges $75 per chair. Again, the cool thing is, this is the two of you guys, so really is something for everybody. You have your picnic, there's a gourmet restaurant behind this lattice called Patina, and they bring you these gourmet meals. Most of the fun is bringing you all your food and drink. If it wasn't so cloudy today, I would tell you to run up to the cheap seats, because way up in the middle, from there you overlook the hillside, and you'll see the Hollywood sign. So if you came up top, you overlook the hillside, you can see the sign. But I have a feeling it's a little too cloudy.
She ain't competition. I've got my camera for it. She ain't competition.
You got to look over to the middle a little bit more. You're the rock and roll bowling alley. So if you ever watch them, there's
I did that one time, and I got cancelled that show without it.
begins at this gateway to Hollywood statue at Butterfield and Butterfield. If they don't get the proper right, it was purchased a couple of years ago for about $4 million, and the guy who bought it, nightclubs, to go to your services, and that's what those people were doing. Looking to my right, Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper are in the inside. You can ride a bull, customer can shop at a time. Over here to my left, there's a yellow store. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. You walk into that store, it's called Bijan. You walk into this store and say, hey, I'd like to go buy something. Design. And what they sell are, you want to make a Porsche cake, so you got to get a Porsche mixer. They have Porsche pens and golf clubs. Look in front of me to my left. This is the policeman. See these cars over there? The car in the middle with the lights on it? So there's either someone from some other country. They follow them around like that, like Secret Service. And seriously, and the reason why, look over here to my right. You have so many people, especially from the Middle East, you know, you have different sheiks, etc., that are staying here. If you're usually around, they have a whole entourage of trucks, and so many people are put up at that Regent Beverly Wilshire Hotel. Now I see a cop over here to my left. East on Wilshire, you have Lamborghini, Ferrari, Maserati dealerships, all up in silent screen star comedian. And again, those Spanish-style houses were so popular in the 20s. As we keep going straight, but 3 houses in front of me. The address is 514. The house we're going to drive by is lived in by Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith. People take such pride in their gardens over here as well. And again, once the water came in 1913, people bought plants and trees from all over. This brick house to my right is Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith. And lives here is named Mr. Blackwell, and he works for People magazine, and he writes a list of the worst dressed people in Hollywood. This house over here to my left is used in a TV show called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now just keep going straight. The house coming up at 451 was lived in by a lady named Dorothy Chandler, and her family started the Los Angeles Times newspaper. Now people take such pride in their gardens over here. His daughter Natalie Cole grew up right over here, and being African American, the only black guy living in the neighborhood, his comedy is called Everybody Loves Raymond. It's been on for about 8 years, and the wife, I don't know if you guys did these hats and all the Davids and fake snow. Once they put up the spotlights, the neighbors stopped complaining. Thanks. Yeah. Two more signals in front to my right. But just looking at the neighborhood, this is one of the older sections of LA, and we call this area Mid-Wilshire. Now, we're going to keep going around the market. It's a really hot day, and the market's a pretty big place. I come back, but now it's 20 minutes, and I come back to the bus, and she's on the bus with the microphone talking to everybody. I'm all out of breath. Where are you? What happened? Shut up, Mark. I didn't know. I'm from the UK. Next time I'll be a little more careful. The guy starts yelling at this poor lady. She finally got fed up and said, look, what do you want me to do? Go in and get the can? As a matter of fact, I do, he said. He has a little ladder that hooked over the can. This lady was tiny, like maybe 5 feet tall, and he gives her these little tongs. So she's, if you're right, she might be in the background of a commercial or a movie, a TV show. But for the other show, the Candid Camera show, they got you right there. So she signed the release form. But the bed is perfect. Well, she's looking okay from this side. Now, actually, you got Marilyn Monroe, and she works for Mel's Drive-In. She passes out discounts for Mel's. Now, and you guys could cheat. Those of you guys that go to Universal Studios, they have a fake back. Down. It takes you to a lower level called the Studio Center, Jurassic Park. A nice, quiet, leisurely boat ride to the land of dinosaurs. There's another very good 3D movie called Shrek. It's fantastic.
Now, one thing you need to remember today, when we start the bands, please make sure everything is nice and safe. Only for a little while, and then we will just join the one, which is the Highway 1. Not bad at all, not bad. I'm in the tour at the moment going to San Francisco. So, you know, and then... Historic bridge, 1932. Then after that it will be another one. They opened the bridge, but it was not till 1937 when the road actually were open to the cars. Now bridge, 1932 historic bridge. Now it's 720 feet long, and you are now about 250 feet above the sea. AT&T tournament. Yeah, always next to the golf course. That's nice little house, that. Not very impressive, but nice little one, that one. But they're not drinking the cocktails, you see. Yeah, and look at the amount of bedrooms I got. Oh, I can jump from one to another. Oh well. All the around there, and they did all the entrance and everything. Whole 6 stretch limousines. The reason for that is when the mafia was getting together, nobody wanted to know that they were here. So all the limousines, oh yes, the deer, yes.
What?